Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and greetings, AliShanMao here. The irony of making a review of Simtoo Dragonfly Follow Me drone wearing a DJI shirt here. Anyway, sitting right next to me is the Simtoo Dragonfly. They're calling it your personal flying photographer. It's basically a foldable follow me drone with some impressive features. Yes, you have just watched the features of this quadcopter. Now they are really very impressive features and makes people wonder if this is really a DJI Mavic killer or if it can really be a DJI Mavic competitor. Now some of those cool features in Simtoo Dragonfly, definitely those are not in DJI Mavic Pro. Something like having a smartwatch which gives you complete control over all the features of your quadcopter, including a manual flight control using a small stick right there on your smartwatch. Having to have no need of any kind of radio, you can still control, fly and activate or use all the features of your Simtoo Dragonfly with just a smartwatch on your wrist. Now once again, those are very impressive features in this quadcopter. Question is, are those really gonna work as they have been advertised, or if they are really that good as they have been advertised? We're gonna put all those features and all those claims to a test very soon when we bring the Simtoo Dragonfly outside for flight testing. So first off, let's take it outside the box and take a look at all the components and see how it comes inside the box, and let's find out what makes it a very desirable quadcopter for those who are not willing to pay a huge price buying a Mavic Pro. When you open the box, the first thing that you see is the accessories box. Alright, we will find out what's inside very soon. After that, one of the most desirable features of this quadcopter, of course, is the portability. It's folded and it comes in a neat, cool carrying case like this one. Next, we have the phone holder and an antenna. Next, we have an 11.1 volt 5200 milliamp LiPoly battery. The manufacturer is Shida. Well, I know them actually. Anyway, so this is the Simtoo battery. It seems like it's a normal ordinary battery shoved in this battery compartment and added some of the connectivity for the quadcopter. So basically this could be good. You might be able to swap these batteries if they swell up or become bad. Anyway, so this is the battery. And after that you will find a little cute panda type looking radio control for those who still love to fly quadcopters the traditional way. People like me who love to be in full control of the quadcopter using the radios the old school way. Alright, next let's take a quick look at what's inside the accessories box. We have the quick attach detach landing legs. Alright, we have a smart battery charger or balance charger. Alright, compact, safe, simple, easy balance charger. It seems like it can charge 1S, 2S and batteries up to 3S. Then we have a cable for the battery charger. We have propellers for the quadcopter. These are 9-inch propellers, I believe. Let me see. Yes, 9450. These are 9-inch propellers. Now, wait a moment. Seeing that this quadcopter is using 9-inch propellers, well, I will fly this quadcopter with original propellers, but now we will be able to test the multi-rotor series propellers from Master Air Screw, and we may be able to get more flight efficiency with these high performance Master Air Screws 945 multi-rotor series propellers. And after that, finally in the box are some of the cables that you will use to charge your smartwatch, radio, and the battery of the quadcopter itself. Now let's move on to the show of the star, the one which we are waiting to take a look at, the very desirable quadcopter, which they're calling it the Mavic competitor or DJI Mavic killer. Behold and see how it is packed inside the box. I personally actually like that how they have provided a very nice carrying case here. I actually like the red color as well. Red is my favorite color anyway. So thank you very much, Simtoo Dragonfly, for having such a nice carrying case. If your quadcopter is not good, the carrying case is gonna prove very useful to me anyway. Let's not talk about negativity here. Let's talk about the quadcopter. Behold, to take a look at the beauty packed inside. This is the Simtoo Dragonfly, and this is how it's packed inside. It's a black color, so it's really hard to see at the moment with the camera, I believe. It is very compact and foldable design, as you can see how neatly it's sitting inside and how portable it is to carry it around. Next to the quadcopter, you can see a 3-axis gimbal with a 4K camera, Wi-Fi camera system right there. After that, we have the SmartWatch, which is kind of futuristic, nice looking watch here with a little LCD screen on it, and it will control all the features of your quadcopter. Right now, the thing that is missing from this bag is the capability of holding the radio control here. So basically you cannot put this radio control anywhere here. You cannot carry this radio anywhere in this bag. If you want to carry the radio, you will have to toss it somewhere in your bags or luggage. However, they do have a very good place for the propellers here. You can put your propellers here and some other accessories inside the bag down here. That was nice. Let's take out the things. We have a Dragonfly Pro user manual inside the box, and I will suggest you go through it and download the app on your Android or iOS devices as well before flying, should you want to use the app features. Sweet. I wish I had a Mavic Pro here. I could actually make a very quick comparison on the size, but of course, obviously there are other videos who have shown the Mavic with the Simtoo Dragonfly, and you can easily make a size comparison. To unfold, you just unfold the arms, install your battery, install your camera system, okay, and you are ready to fly. Now, seeing this in my hands, seeing that I have flown and reviewed DJI Mavic Pro before, this is quite a large size. I mean, it's bigger than DJI Mavic. After you unfold Mavic, it's still smaller. So anyway, size-wise, it's a little bit bigger. It does not make that much difference. This is still portable and still folding, and of course, very comfortable to carry inside the carrying case compared to having a Phantom 4. Alright, now let's take a quick look at the functionality of the smartwatch, the radio control and its controls, and of course take a quick look at the camera system itself. Alright, the quadcopter is prepared. As you can see, it was just piece of cake to install everything, and of course it will be very easy to take everything off and fold and pack the quadcopter inside the carrying case. Now here's the little cute panda looking like radio control. You will also have to add the phone holder to the radio. Okay, so just screw it in here. Now that's a long screw actually down here. I'm sure it will take my large Sony phone with simple ease. There you go. I have to tighten it because it is a really heavy phone and I don't want it to fall off during the flight. Okay, so it does take the phone, of course, as you can see right here. Bigger phones are just fine. So this is your phone holder, right? And on the back you will add the antenna. Now, holding the radio in my hand, it's really very nice and comfortable, and all the controls are within the right reach of my fingers. So you have a yaw dial here. You can control the yaw of your camera. Yes, it's the very first time I'm seeing that you will be able to control the yaw of the camera system. So you will be able to yaw your gimbal left and right using this dial here, and using the left dial here you can control the tilt of your camera, that is the pitch of your camera. So this is the very first time for me to see they have given you pitch and yaw control of your camera on the radio at a very convenient spot within the reach of your index fingers, and this is gonna make some difference during flight to get some awesome shots if you know what you are doing. The sticks have very nice and soft feel to it. You have an LCD screen here, you have an on-off switch, you have the takeoff button, and at the same time the same button will activate the auto circle functionality. You have a hover button and you have a landing and return to home button. So basically you can click once to take off and then click and hold for auto circle, and you can click once to auto land right where the quadcopter is, and click and hold to activate auto return to home feature. Very nice and neat little radio, not many more controls on it to confuse a beginner pilot. Basically it's a very beginner friendly radio. On the LCD screen, top left here, you can see the number of satellites. At the moment it's red. There are no satellites locked. We are indoors. Locked, the icon shows the motors are locked, so disarmed. Flight mode red at the moment, this means you cannot fly. When it's green, this means you're ready to fly. Then you have the signal strengths and the radio and the quadcopter batteries. Here, this is the altitude, this is the distance from home, so how far you're from home, the distance will be shown here. And of course the flight time or timer is given down here. The flight modes are already shown here, that you are flying in normal mode or any other mode. Now looking at the SmartWatch, well, I mentioned all the flight features of your Simtoo Dragonfly you can control using your SmartWatch as well. You do not have to have a radio for you to control and fly. For now we can take a look at the buttons here. The F button here activates a follow me if you press it once, alright? Down here, this little circular arrow, if pressed once, will activate the panorama feature of your quadcopter. They are calling it auto rotate, or orbit fly or auto circle feature if you press and hold it. So you can activate the 360 degree around an area. Or we call it the point of interest in DJI language. So you can use this button to activate point of interest or panorama features of your quadcopter. Next, this up arrow activates auto takeoff, and the down arrow right here will, if you press it once, will auto land the quadcopter, and if you press and hold it, it will activate auto return to home. Next to the little joystick here, you have an auto hover button. So you can press once to auto hover, or you can press and hold to activate motors. That means arm the motors to take off. At the right side of your watch, you have a little dial given here, which will control the gimbal pitch, that is camera tilt. Sweet. I mean, I have seen a couple of quadcopters with smartwatch features, but they are very limited in control, in terms of controls. Seeing the Simtoo Dragonfly smartwatch is feature rich and gives you the ways to control everything on your drone and the camera. So this little dial here will activate. So this little dial here will enable you to control the pitch of your camera. You can easily pitch the camera up and down. You also have a USB port here, which is to charge the battery of your smartwatch. Now coming to the plus button on top of the watch here and the top right, this is to ascend, and also it controls the gimbal left control. That means press and hold to control or move the gimbal to the left. Press it once and your quadcopter will ascend to certain altitude. At the right bottom of the wristwatch you have a minus button, okay, with a negative sign on it. Press it once and your quadcopter will descend to a certain altitude, and press and hold and it will yaw the gimbal right. So you can use these plus and minus buttons to ascend and descend your quadcopter quickly, or you can press and hold and control the gimbal yaw at the same time. And right here, the last button, of course, is your watch on-off button. If you have enough battery, you press and hold and your watch will turn on. You have a whole lot of information given on the smartwatch as well. I would suggest that you go ahead and read the user manual. You have the battery levels of the watch and the quadcopter. You have a distance from home or altitude. Then we have a timer here. On top we have satellites, and on the bottom we have satellites as well, because both of your watches and the quadcopter must fix their lock onto the satellites in order for the quadcopter to be able to fly and follow your watch. It will follow the GPS signals coming from the watch, of course. So you have a GPS signals of the watch and the quadcopter itself. Motors are locked, okay, at the moment the quadcopter is disarmed, of course. This is the follow me icon here, and then the icon if your quadcopter is ready to fly or not. If it is green, I believe if the icons are green you will be able to fly, and if they are red they actually show you that there is a kind of problem you have to fix. Now that you have seen the features of the gimbal, well, honestly speaking, this does look like a quality gimbal. It's not that just another El Cheapo type gimbals out there in the market. It does have some quality to it. You have also seen the features of the camera supplied, and you also seen that this gimbal actually happily takes GoPro 4 and SJCam SJ6 Legend cameras. The question is, after you add these different cameras, will the Wi-Fi functionality on the app to receive the video will still be available or not? If they are just taking the audio video out from this camera and then transmitting the video over or broadcasting the video over Wi-Fi, then you might be able to use these cameras just fine, because these cameras like SJCam SJ6 Legend and GoPro Hero 4, they do provide audio video out through the USB port down here, and these cameras fit just perfectly on the USB port or USB connector on this gimbal. So let's hope that the live video broadcast using the Wi-Fi feature is basically based somewhere in this gimbal, not on that camera itself, because you can turn on the Wi-Fi on these cameras as well, and basically that works like what, 50 meters or something. That's the most of the range on the Wi-Fi on these cameras. In the beginning, of course, we will go with this gimbal and camera only to see how good this camera shoots in 1080p and of course 4K, and we can compare the video quality with these cameras very easily. Alright, this is it for this detailed and lengthy unboxing and review video of the Simtoo Dragonfly, your personal aerial photographer quadcopter. Seeing all these features, I'm very excited and I can't wait to charge everything, get it out there far from the city in an open beautiful desert, and put all these features to a test and see how good their claims are for this Simtoo Dragonfly quadcopter. And we will also find out if it is actually a competitor for DJI Mavic Pro. DJI Mavic Pro killer? Well, I'm not sure about that because I have flown Mavic Pro. I personally own a Phantom 4, so I know DJI has put a lot of quality and work in those quadcopters. New companies, of course, from China and all around the world, they are coming out with some smart and creative ideas and smart drones. We just need to put them to test and see if we can put our trust into them. So thank you very much once again for watching this lengthy video. Stay tuned for the test flight videos of Simtoo Dragonfly, your personal aerial photographer. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you very much for your continued support towards my work on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the regular video uploads. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share the link over your social sites.